Nagmula sa himpilan ng mabubuting chismis, G5 News.
Magandang umaga, Pilipinas!
Magandang umaga, mga kapuso't kapamilya.
Naririto ang may init na balita.
Nagbabaga ang mga balita patungkol sa portfolio assessment. Portfolio assessment is an alternative to pen and paper objective test as an approach to assessing students' learning. Portfolio assessment is also a performance-based approach to assessing learning but more authentic than any one-time performance. It allows examination of multiple evidence of the process and product of learning developed across time.
It offers multiple indicators of students' progress. It gives the students the responsibility of their own learnings. It offers opportunities for students to document reflections of their learnings. Demonstrates what the students know in ways that encompasses personal learning styles and multiple intelligences. It offers teachers new role and assessment process. It allows teachers to reflect on their effectiveness of their instructions. It provides teachers freedoms of gaining insights into the students' development or achievements over the period of time.
Una sa mga nagbabagang chismis, how do we do a portfolio assessment? Live from the capital of the South, Chismis Patroller, Kathleen Ferrar.
How do we do portfolio assessment? Portfolio assessment follows content principle, learning principle, and equity principle. Portfolio should reflect important subject matter, encourage active learning, and showcase student learning style. It can be working, show, or documentary, reflecting students' day-to-day work, best work, or a combination of both. Portfolio should demonstrate students' multiple intelligences and learning styles.
This is the first step in portfolio assessment, in which the students set their goals in developing learning portfolio. To guide the students in stating their goals, the teachers may articulate first the goals of the course or subject and his or her expectations to the students. Students could also ask what their parents expect from them. They could also be given goal-setting planners. The second one is collect. In this stage, the student should start collecting all possible entries in their portfolio. They should be advised to have a temporary container for all their entries. And this should be placed in the school so that keeping of entries will be part of the daily activities of the students. A good practice in collecting the portfolio entries is to have log of all entries with a few descriptions, how they were obtained and why were kept in the portfolio. The third one is select. This is the stage where the students are asked to select what they finally be used to gauge their success from all their collections of possible entries in the portfolio. The selection usually depends on what the teacher requires them to do, their parents' choice, and the entries that they personally choose as the best gauge of their accomplishment in the program. Selection could include evidence that show in and out of class activities participated in by the students in relation to the program. Number 4 is organize. This is the stage where the students decide on how they will organize their entries. The teachers should guide them by telling them to make table of contents for their portfolio entries and the direction on where to find them. The organization of portfolio could vary depending on the style of the students. Some teachers take this stage as an opportunity for the students to develop or hone their creativity and resourcefulness. The organizer could also be of any material, but it is suggested that the container is something flexible that it could allow one to add, modify, or delete any entry anytime. Examples of materials used in making portfolios are clear book, album, accordion bag, bags with dividers, envelopes, colored magazines, CDs, flash drives, or cloud-based storage. Number 5 is reflect. An important trait of portfolio is the presence of students' reflections of their experiences. Making reflective journals, log of entries, and labeling and evidence in a portfolio are just some of the different ways to show knowledge, understanding, attitudes, values, writing skills, and creativities. This is the opportunity for the students to reflect on the meaningfulness of their experiences as well as the impact of their teachers' styles and methodology in teaching. Number 6. This is the stage where the students, their peers and teachers, or even the parents are involved in rating the achievements of the students based on their evidence of learning, the reflections of their experiences, and the organization of their portfolio. Rubrics are often used in rating students' performance using their portfolios. Rubrics in rating portfolios should be given to the students even at the beginning of the portfolio process, so that they are guided on what to put in their portfolio and how to organize them based on the criteria and indicators of a quality product or excellent performance. Evaluation of a portfolio could be done by individual entry on a specified date or when the development is complete. However, most teachers prefer rating the students' required evidence upon their submission so that the students can be given immediate feedback on their work. What are usually rated at the end of the portfolio development are the students' selected evidence of their learning and the packaging of their portfolio, which could reveal their personal traits. Number 7, this is the stage when the teachers confer with the students or parents to discuss the students' performance and progress of learning. This is also the time to congratulate the students for their accomplishment or to help them identify areas of their improvement. Number 8 is exhibit. This is the time to celebrate success in the form of an exhibit of students' portfolios. The highlight of the exhibit is the awarding of the best learning portfolio. Again, since reading, viewing, and or exploring the internet need time from you, they should be done outside the class time. Your class time should then be reserved to clarify with your teacher your confusions and to interact with your classmates on what they have understood and probably found out different from what you have discovered from your own exploration of the lesson.
Chismis Patroller, Kathleen Ferrar.
Pangalawa sa ating mga nagbabagang balita, Assessment Rubric for Portfolio Plan. Live from Clarendon College, Chismis Patroller, Pablito Serasti.
Evaluate your own portfolio plan using the 4-point scale rubric below. Then let your peer evaluate this too. Use pencil in rating your work to mean this, not your final rating yet. Discuss with your peer your areas of strength and weaknesses based on your self and peer assessment guided by the rubric prepared by your course professor. If you are not yet at the top based on your evaluation, then improve your plan to be success at the end.
Here is the assessment rubric for the portfolio plan. We have the parts of the portfolio plan. Number 1, identify the competencies to access true learning portfolios. Number 2, significant evidence of attainment of the competencies. For number 3, assessment rubric for portfolio evidence. Number 4, analysis and reporting of assessment result. And for number 5, other criteria, please specify and describe their level of performance. Next, we have the performance level. Number 1, meeting the expectation. Number 2, nearing the expectation. Number 3, meeting the expectation. And number 4, beyond the expectation. Number 1 for the parts of portfolio plan. Identify the competencies to access through learning portfolios. For the performance level, number 1, meeting initially the expectation. 2 or more of the identified curriculum competencies are not appropriate for portfolio assessment. For number 2, nearing the expectation, 1 of the identified curriculum competencies are not appropriate for portfolio assessment. For number 3, meeting the expectations, all identified curriculum competencies are appropriate for portfolio assessment.